up, y'all? It's your girl Brittany, aka B-Mac, and I'm back at it again with another freaking video. Alright, y'all, so if you are a new viewer, welcome to my channel and thank you so much for clicking on this video. Go ahead and click that subscribe button because you might as well, because after this video you're gonna want to come back and continue to watch my videos. So why would you not want to subscribe and get notifications and so on and so forth? Duh, that's just what we do over here. Y'all get used to it. Anyway, for the people who are coming back to my channel, welcome. It's nice to see y'all. For those of you guys who have been tuning in, and as you can tell from the title, this is Vlogmas Day 5. Oh my gosh. I want to go ahead and pat myself on the back right now because it's my first time doing this Vlogmas crap and it's only 5 days. I got 15 more days to go, bruh. 15. That's tough. Before I even go any further, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at _itsthemac_. Thank you. And we're gonna get right into this video. Alright, so this video honestly is just gonna be a bunch of random topics that I've been, like my boyfriend and I, we have like little conversations or things that I see on YouTube and topics that I have nobody else to talk about these things with, so I'm gonna talk about it with you guys. If you are on social media, you know, the Instagrams, the Facebooks, the Twitters, all of that, the things that I'm going to bring up, you probably have heard of it. And honestly, let's start a conversation down below in the comments. If you feel any way about anything that I'm going to say, please drop your opinions down below, but keep it cute. Keep it cute. So anyway, first thing I want to discuss is none other than the queen herself, Beyonce. Now listen, if you guys are not familiar, which I don't see how you are not familiar, she dropped her Renaissance Part 1 or Act 1 album earlier this year, and as of recently, her album went platinum like we knew it would. Now there was this one YouTube video that I came across the other day, and this guy was literally like going on a tangent about like, why did it take you 6 or 7 months to go platinum, and Beyonce should have went platinum way before this, and da 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 da. For a woman to drop an album with no album rollout, no real preparation for the album as far as like for the fans, like this Renaissance album literally came out of nowhere. People were anticipating Chloe's album, City Girls album, and a couple other people's album that was supposed to drop around whenever Renaissance first dropped. And I remember albums having to get like put on the back burner, and we could only assume that it was because Queen was dropping her album. For an album that didn't have much promo, and to this day she hasn't dropped any visuals to this album, like, thank you. Exactly. What? The fact that she was able to go platinum and she hasn't dropped not one visual to any songs on this album, and she doesn't promote this at all. Knock it off. I don't know what like the fans think it's supposed to be like in the music industry with this, as far as like getting streams or selling hard copies for music, but to go platinum in that time frame, given how she did her rollout, which wasn't existent, like, what? I don't know. That's just me. Shout out to Beyonce, the queen herself, for going platinum, like I said, like we already thought she would. But in all honesty, before we even go any further, let's just back up. Where are these visuals at? Because everybody and their mama is wondering where the visuals are. I mean, at this point, thank you, right again. At this point, it's like, I feel like Beyonce is trying to prove a point. I feel like she's trying to make a statement without saying too much at this point, because like, I don't think we're gonna get any visuals. This is just my opinion. This is just my opinion, and I'll tell you why. Because Beyonce at this point, she's literally done everything underneath the sun. She's done the girl groups, of course she's done solo, she's done acting, she's done clothes, she's done so many things. And when it comes down to the music thing, we've gotten the surprise albums. At this point, we're going to continue to get surprise albums. We're never going to know when Beyonce's dropping. That's number one. She succeeded at that. She's giving you visual albums. Like, entire visual albums from start to finish. Every single song had a visual. She's giving you albums that only certain songs had visuals. I think this album is going to be the album where she doesn't drop any visuals. Because when you think about it, for Beyonce, it's like, bro, what hasn't she done yet? When has Beyonce not given us visuals? At this point, I feel like sis is trying to make a statement. Stop playing with me. I could drop an album, not drop not one visual, and my ish will still go platinum. That's my opinion. People are like, it's a method to her madness. She's gonna drop visuals when it's closer to her tour or whatever next year. That may be the case. I don't know. But in my opinion, I think she's not dropping any visuals. Because at this point, the songs are circulating. They're doing what they need to do on social media. It's like, at this point, it's people out here making visuals for her. She's done like the little teaser things, and I think those teasers are what's gonna be featured in her tour next year. But I just don't think that she's gonna drop any visuals, because in real life she doesn't need to. Beyonce, I feel like legit, she's at the point of her career where she's gonna do what she wants to do, how she wants to do it, the way she wants. It don't matter whether you're a stan or it don't matter. She's going to do what she wants to do, and we're gonna follow suit, and we're gonna just go along with it because she's Beyonce. It doesn't even matter. Like I said, this is just my personal opinion. This is just my personal opinion. It's like, bruh, I don't have to do all this other stuff to keep up with the girls. I can do literally the bare minimum, and people still have to keep up with me. See, this is, and some people gonna get mad at this. This is how you act as a queen, okay? There are some artists out here that call themselves queens, and they don't act as if. They don't act as such, I should say. B has given us examples of how a queen moves. A queen doesn't say much, but her presence is very much so felt. You feel me? Like, I don't have to do much, I don't have to say much, but when I step into this room, when I do what I do, you'll get it. The girls that get it, and the girls that don't. Like, it's period. That's just all I have to say about that topic. We're gonna see sometime next year if she's gonna be dropping any visuals. So I don't know, maybe for act 2 or act 3, but for act 1, baby, I don't think we get nothing. That's just me. On to the next thing now. This one might ruffle a little feathers, but for me personally, I'm gonna have to go with my girl, and not because I'm biased, because I'm like freaking obsessed with this girl. She is literally my best friend in my head, but Glorilla and her 50-50 statement. So I'm gonna go ahead and post a clip right now of what she said.
I feel like you supposed to go 50-50 with your, because if a just get you to the point where like you just feel like you don't gotta do nothing, like he gonna make you lazy and shit. And as a woman, you should want to have your own shit going. You shouldn't want it to be where if a leave you today, he was paying all the bills, and now you got this big ass weight on your shoulders. You shouldn't want that. Like, you should be able to like feel like, okay, if you leave, I'm good. If you stay, I'm good. Like, either way, I'm good. Like, and you should want to be a team. Like,
and I don't know, I definitely agree to a certain extent, but at the same time, I feel like people hear a person's opinion and you take it as like, oh, this person's trying to tell me what to do with my life. No, I'm strictly stating my opinion. Just because I said this doesn't mean that this is what you have to do in your relationship, because now people was saying mean things to her and being rude and all this other stuff, which some of the comments I just completely didn't even understand. People was really coming at my girl. And it's just like, she didn't say nothing wrong. Now, if you're in a relationship where your husband or your significant other or whatever, he makes more money than you, or he has more connections and more means to make things happen financially, and you are more so of like a stay-at-home individual, if y'all have that mutual agreement that that's what your relationship is going to be, then that's what your relationship is going to be. No one is telling you that you need to step it up and help your man. If that's what y'all come to the agreement of what your relationship is going to be based on the y'all given situation, then let that be that. Like, it does make sense. If your girl is broke and she ain't got no job or whatever, or y'all got kids that need to be tended to at home, as a husband, if you want to be the one that's the breadwinner, making sure that everything is functioning around the crib while your girl stay at home, then hey, that's perfectly fine. But if y'all both are literally able in the situation and you don't mind going 50-50, that's fine as well. There is no such thing as the one way a relationship is supposed to go. Coming from an individual that's in a relationship and been in one for going on 6 years now. No, I'm not married, and I'm not saying I'm a relationship guru, but those percentages are going to start to change anyway. At some point they will, because that's just life. You might start off 50-50, and then one of y'all might have a come up, and it ain't 50-50 no more. It's 80-20. Because I'm more able now and you still here, and that's perfectly fine. Sometimes you might lose that and the other person is up, so you adjust as it benefits your relationship. You feel me? Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with a woman pitching in with bills. I don't think there's anything wrong with a woman taking her dude out on dates and spoiling him and buying him things. I don't think there's anything wrong with a woman doing that. Now, if you are the woman that wants to be kept and want to live a soft life and not have to worry about much, hey, that is fine, boo-boo. That is totally fine. But another takeaway from what Glow said, you sit up here with your hands up and with your hands back and your feet up, little Miss Princess, I'm too to do whatever, and you got this man waiting on your hand and foot, you know what I'm saying, taking care of every single thing. God forbid that man decides that he don't want to do this no more and leaves you high and dry, and now you just sitting here waiting for the next person to come pick you up off your face. I think it's better for women, or just for people in general, to have some type of independence, because putting your entire livelihood in someone else's hand is never the way to go. It's not even so much as you could possibly get left one day. Something bad could happen. There's a thing called death. Sorry. Like, things happen unexpectedly all the time. So for you to just be banking on somebody else to do X, Y, and Z for you is just like, hey, if that's your speed, that's your speed. But, and there's no judgment, but don't come over here telling me how I should live my life, because I ain't telling you how you should live yours. Everybody to each his own. Long story short. Next thing. First of all, and I don't even want to talk too much about this because I don't know the depths of everything that's going on with this, but this whole Brittany Griner situation, people have been like in a tizzy on the net about her being released from a Russian prison. Like, the fact that it's so many people out here like, why the hell is she coming home? It's like, y'all are so insensitive. And I get it. I get it. The trade-off was so lopsided. I get it. Who we just pardoned and traded her in for. It's like the swap. I get it. I get it. I get it. But it's like, bruh, she got arrested for a freaking vape cartridge. A vape cartridge. Nobody should be doing 9-10 years in literally the world's worst freaking prison. I don't care if it's one of Russia's toughest. Anything in Russia it's tough in the entire world. If it's Russia's toughest prison, that means it's the world's toughest prison. Everybody knows that Mexico and Russia and anything over there like Iran, we don't even play around with them. We want to do prison sentences in America. If we had to go, not saying we want to, but if we had to, let's do it in America. She was in jail for 290 something days or something like that over a freaking vape cartridge. Like, if you just put yourself in her shoes, because a lot of people was just like, this is the dumbest trade-off we could have ever done. You just literally handed over this guy. Let me give you guys the exact details on who this man was. Okay, so because my boyfriend, he's really into like the details, and on cue, we be here. What's up, Scud? I'm stressed just reading all of the things that this man has done. Like, granted, he was supposed to be released from prison in 2029, which was coming up sooner than later anyway, but it's just like, a part of me wants them to re-swap, because it's like, oh my God. Conspiring to kill American citizens. Armed dealer. He's been accused of supplying arms to Al-Qaeda, the Taliban, and Rwanda. To smuggle weapons. It's just, I get why everyone is in a tizzy, because you just literally handed one of the world's worst individuals over to Russia over a basketball player. And it's like, bruh, deep breath. But for 1 second, if Brittany Griner was your cousin, how would you feel? If Brittany Griner was your sister and this happened to, like, how would you feel? You would want them back at home. Like, come on now, over something like that. She did more than enough time over there. I just wish it was another way we could have went about doing this exchange, because I'm scared. And I'm just glad that the woman is back at home with her family and she don't gotta go through that no more. So I don't know, shout out to Brittany Griner. Yeah, I'm just also I just want to say, Brittany, I hope that you don't even do so much as even think about smoking at this point, because we risked a lot for you. We did. That I am very sure that we did. We put a lot on the line. Make us proud, okay? Do us a good one, Britt. I just want to get into this Chrisean girl, because if you guys are not familiar, Chrisean and Blueface Baby, whatever you want to call him, they are a thing. And I will say, in the beginning, I really liked Chrisean. Like, there was times I was literally just binge watching all of her most notorious moments of her just beating people up, like going in on females, and I was getting my life. And let me tell you, it is so messed up, but at least I'm honest. I felt like she was really misunderstood. Like, a lot of people say what she is doing is not even, yes, it's toxic, but it's not unheard of. A lot of y'all out here going through very similar situations. Hey, boo-boo. Y'all out here going through very similar situations and y'all just not talking about it. But it's like, as of lately, she been tripping. Like, I was watching, of course, I didn't see the little Twitch live with the dude, but when she was like standing there over the chair and she was eating the pizza and she started coughing, and it's like, girl.
This gonna work.
Yeah, cause this one little.
Whoa,
My bad, Chad.
whoa. Wait, you put a hole in my wall.
You rich, you can fix it.
Where's the home training? You're not gonna cover your mouth. You're not gonna even do one of these. That was a complete turn off. That was a complete turn off. Like, I was really cheering for her to like legit just kind of like wake up and then realize that between her and Blueface, she was literally the star. And she, like, because you could just tell she has so much potential to be much more than what we see her as. And it's just like, bruh, you just get away from this situation. I feel like the world can see you in a much more positive light. But that little recording with the Twitch thing, oh baby, I was done. The vibe ain't always vibing, at least from what we see. Granted, like I said, we don't see the behind the closed doors and all that stuff, so I don't know, maybe we'll get an insight when they drop their new show on Zeus. I don't have Zeus, so I probably won't watch it, but I will be staying tuned for the clips. I ain't even gonna hold you, because I really want to see how this shit gonna turn out, because obviously to some degree they are together for the money. To some degree, like, that's literally what it is. But it's like, how much longer is this gonna play out? Because honestly, I am really tired of them. But it's like, it's so weird, because in a weird way they are very entertaining. She's been through a lot, we know that much. So it's like, hey girl, make your money, boo-boo. But it's like, damn girl, you can do better. Like, you can really do better. Like, her and Blue, like, y'all could find a way to make money together without you having to keep tatting him all over your body and getting disrespected. And y'all keep blacking each other's eyes. Like, why do y'all keep hitting each other? Why do y'all keep fighting? Like, y'all are not soulmates. If this is how y'all relationship is gonna be, like, love should not be that violent. My opinion. Hey. Oh, and that was the number one thing. Her slapping Natalie Nunn on live. Like, at this point, was like, yeah, you were known for fighting, I get that, but it's like, now I really want somebody to knock you out, because you keep putting your hands on people. And it's like, I don't know if you don't know any other way to communicate or to get your point across verbally, but stop putting your hands on people. G, like, you literally smacked this woman and like on live, and for what? Like, all right, two more things and then I'm getting up out of here. It's the last thing, Saweetie. I just want to put this out there. Everyone knows, well, not everyone. If you don't know, Saweetie dropped her EP. What was it? The Single Life? Yes, it's called The Single Life. I tried to listen to it. I didn't really care for it. And I'm not saying that because it's like so many people out here got so many negative things to say about Saweetie. It was just really hard for me to get into it, because it's like the sound of the voice. Like, certain rappers, certain like male rappers, I can't tolerate. Like, no shade, no BS. I cannot stomach 42 Doug. I cannot stomach Young Thug. I like, who else? 42 Doug, Young Thug, Lil Baby. It's like, he's hard to listen to sometimes. Like, and for females, Saweetie is one of those females where it's like, I don't know what happened, because in the beginning it wasn't that hard to listen to Saweetie. Like, the sound of her voice didn't actually like irritate my ears, and this is no shade, this is me being completely honest. But as of lately, it's just like, is cadence the correct word we're going to use? I think that might be the word that we use, because it's like, it's just not like the production, whoever is producing these beats for her, going crazy. But actually trying to sit and listen to an entire project from start to finish, like, I don't think that I can do it. Now I'm irritated because I was rooting for Saweetie a long time ago, not a long time ago, but it's like, girl, you are how many years into this industry and you keep dropping these little EPs, and it's like, girl, you had your little momentum. You had your momentum when you was dating the Migo. Why didn't you drop an actual album then when you was actually putting out okay music? Like, the whole tap in and all of that, it wasn't that bad, bro. Like, it wasn't bad. I did some choreography to tap in, but like, I don't know. And this, it's like she has so much potential, because the whole pretty bitch movement was like something new, refreshing. You don't really hear like the pretty bitch thing. Like, I get it, what she was trying to brand and what she's going for, I get it, but it's just like, it's just not hitting. And everyone has been clowning her because she just released this EP, like I said, called The Single Life, and it was projected to sell only 2,000 copies in its first week. And that's weird coming from somebody who has 14 million followers on Instagram. Like, I know followers don't equate to sales, but when you have that many followers or supporters and 2,000, like, that's some high schools, that's a graduating class, like, or less. Like, you can't, like, you barely. I'm just stressed because I don't get it. Now, one thing I didn't like that people were doing in reference to this EP dropping, let me zoom this out. People telling her like, no, this ain't the right time for you to drop this EP. No one cares about you airing out Quavo and Lil Baby's dirty laundry, especially Quavo, because we all know, rest in peace, Takeoff, the greatest Migo to ever do it. He's obviously going through it, but it's just like, I totally understand that point. But one thing I will say is, no one knew what was going to happen to Takeoff. Like, you don't know how long this woman has been working on this project, and I'm not a musician, but I do know that a lot of time, effort, and money goes into creating these projects. So not to be that person, because love the Migos, love Takeoff, but like, just because he passed away, that doesn't mean I can't tell my story. I invested a lot in this project, and this project is going to come out. Like, because when you think about it, there is not going to be any right time to, there wouldn't have been any right time for her to drop this project. Now, I don't know if she just so happened to, if Takeoff's passing probably sparked her to drop it at this moment. I hope that wasn't what she was trying to do, was like piggyback off the fact that he passed away, because she literally dropped the EP right after he passed. So it's like, I hope that's not what she was trying to do, but it's like, you can't tell this woman when to tell her side of the story, because Quavo done already dropped songs and said that, hinted at that she did whatever with Offset and recreated scenes on videos, and he didn't say his piece. So it's like, why can't she say hers? Better yet, answer this question. When would have been the appropriate time to, you know, drop this EP for her? Because at the end of the day, the work has been put in and it needs to come out, regardless of how you feel about her as an artist. When do y'all think would have been the correct time? There is no perfect time. Like, because if she waited to talk about it a year from now, y'all be saying, shut up, we don't care. You know, so no, let the girl say her piece. And if Quavo ain't listening to it, which I'm pretty sure he's not, it's just like, y'all can't tell a girl when to drop her music. Period, point blank. If you're gonna listen to it, then listen to it, and if you're not, then don't listen to it. But don't tell her that you can't tell a motherfucker how to do their business. You feel me? And like I said, again, rest in peace to Takeoff, because that whole situation, I don't even want to talk about that situation, because I think that's gonna bring me to my last topic, freedom of speech. I just really want to ask this question, and if you guys feel any type of way, if you have any responses, please feel free to comment down below, because I'm gonna leave y'all with this. So I just want to talk about freedom of speech for 1 second. For those in the back who do not understand, I just want to put it out there that freedom of speech is not something that is free. It can cost you a lot. And I'm saying this because of Kanye West. The man, there's literally no secret that Kanye is a freaking musical genius. He's a very, very, very smart man. And he likes to refer to himself as a free thinker, you know, and totally fine. Use that brain. God gave you one for a reason. But it's like, I feel that people, especially nowadays with the internet and having the freedom to post and do whatever on your own time and all that stuff on the internet, it's like, it's one too many people watching. I always have to be mindful of who could potentially be watching you, or who the people that you know for a fact are watching you when you post certain things. Just because you're allowed to think freely and to technically say whatever it is you want to say, I just really want people to understand. Say exactly how you feel. That's fine. But be prepared to stand on it when and if you get that backlash. Because like I said, you have the freedom to say whatever it is you want, and people have the freedom to respond. And the crazy thing about it is, like, you can't tell anybody how to do either. You know, like, I can't tell you what to say. And when you say what you say, you cannot then tell me how to respond to what you said. You know? And I'm saying that because nowadays with the internet, people really think that they can just go online and say whatever it is that they are thinking, and there will be no consequence. Like, you have no idea the type of messages that you're spreading and the things that you're putting out there into the world, even though you might not have the intentions to be malicious or whatever, but still, there are billions of people in this world and so many people that think differently than you. You have to understand that there's a possibility that you are going to offend somebody at some point with the things that you are saying and doing. I just want to leave that with you guys. Freedom of speech is not free. At some point, it will come at a cost. Praying for Kanye. Like, it's crazy how that man really did say, I went from being a billionaire to not even being able to use my Apple Pay. Like, it's gotta be tough. That's what happens when you don't watch what the hell you say. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video and making it this far. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram @_itsthemac. And if you like videos like this, me just going off on little rants and just talking about things that I like, that I just want to talk about, let me know down below in the comments. And like I said, if you have any comments about anything that I stated today, please, let's start a conversation. But always keep it cute, please. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I will see you guys in Vlogmas Day 6. Bye.